I called this lady the other day because we had a trailer ready to go up to her. It would be our third trailer we brought up there. We're from Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
And she was in tears. It's like, what's the matter? She says, I was just with a woman that they took her 3 children, and one of them's autistic. I said, where are they going to put him? She said, they're going to separate him, put him in foster homes.
Yeah.
I said, how do you get him back? And there's no answer to that.
Yeah.
But then when they closed down the food pantry for us, so she couldn't get food to people, it's like, what are you doing? You know, and it was,
yeah,
from what
people
she
are
said,
saying
DHS.
that's the media saying that's not true. That they're not shutting down food.
They didn't shut it down. They took it over.
Taking them over. They're saying they're not doing that. Oh, the government's not doing.
Well,
that.
this is a lady
and they're not
that I
taking people's
personally
kids.
know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is on the media, on national media, they're saying that is untrue. That they're not doing that.
They're also saying there's only 200 people dead.
Yeah.
They haven't found.
I think
most of them.
The last report I saw was like 230. That was probably 5 weeks ago. They stopped reporting deaths.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact more than that have been found since I've been here.
They're still finding them along the river.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Didn't you just said they found a lady with 4 kids in her van, dead?
Yeah, in Swannanoa.
Swannanoa, like what?
That
last
place
week?
is bad.
Yeah,
That was a week ago.
I've been over there twice now.
And that's
bad
every day. In areas out here, they're finding groups of bodies.
Still finding pieces
But
up in
only
trees.
230 from the entire storm across all the states.
This lady that I know in Elizabethton was talking to a fire chief that she knows.
Yeah.
And he says, we're stacking them up in a warehouse.
Yeah.
We don't even know who they are.
Yep. That's what I've heard, and we've heard that from people that way. Like, you know, that lady just got very heated about. Well, she said she used to work for FEMA, so I'm like, okay, this isn't biased at all.
Yeah.
You know, and then she's like, oh well, every personal like private truck you see pulling a trailer with debris in it and things like that, they're getting paid by FEMA. I was like,
No, they're not.
I'm doing
Not
that.
anybody I've
I'm
followed.
not getting paid. Every
No.
single volunteer that I'm working with is doing that, and they are not getting paid.
Yeah.
That is, everybody spending thousands of dollars of their own money, coming out here for a week at a time, working manual labor, like skilled manual dangerous labor, 12 plus hours a day, and happy to do it.
Yeah.
Because obviously no one else is, like, you know, the government.
There's also an incredible amount of money that has been donated. There's money here now.
Oh.
But it's got to get distributed. IDES is one of them, and they have a lot of money to spend here.
Honestly, the church groups are the ones doing the most work that we've seen. And like actually repairing people's houses, patching their roofs, like not just with plastic over the, you know, a tarp.
Yeah.
They're actually fixing things. Yeah. And using the money that is donated to them for, but we have worked with multiple nonprofits that are bringing in tens, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they are not spending it on anything. They're only using the supplies that have been donated to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, and then most of them are hoarding that supplies. So it's like, okay, all this supplies is going to sit there in this container or this warehouse while people need it, and you don't even have the volunteers to get it out, but you just keep bringing it in.
That's why we like working with IDES. We partner with them as a church out of Conway, South Carolina, and they get all the work lined up. We just come in and do it for them.
Yeah.
They use the donated money to buy the materials.
Church groups, church volunteer groups, and like Samaritan's Purse has done.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
Hundreds of millions probably.
Yeah.
Like just the generators alone that they've donated to us and other groups.
Yep.
Like millions and millions of dollars they've put out helping.
Yep.
And then the massive groups of them out here like volunteers for them.
But the other thing you hear is that we don't want donations, we don't want clothes, we don't want all that stuff anymore. It's too hard to deal with. But then you find this lady in Elizabethton that says, I'll take anything you can give me.
Yeah.
Especially if you can give me baby stuff.
Yep.
Any diapers and wipes and you know, that kind of stuff, food, formula.
Yeah, and I try to explain to that lady, like Hurricane Katrina, FEMA was there, hunkered down before the storm, National Guard was there, and then once it passed, it was freaking medical stations, like tens of thousands of FEMA trailers that families could move into. And then, you know, her response was, no one had a clue what was going to happen here. And I said, well, the next morning, entire towns were wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And they still didn't declare an emergency and send 50,000, like, you know, government into, you know, whatever.
Oh yeah, the
National Guard
government was 2 weeks
didn't
later.
send anything You're gonna, yeah, 2 weeks. Well, we didn't see a FEMA until 7th or 8th day.
Yeah.
And they were just sitting on the side of the road. We gave them breakfast at our camp.
They walk around with their clipboards. And,
Yeah.
You know, their
But a lot
iPads.
of them they started getting annoyed, and actually were, the ones we spoke to were very frustrated with FEMA,
Yeah.
even though they're getting paid by them.
So the woman whose children was taken away, you knew her?
I didn't
personally, or
know
you know someone
her.
that knows?
I know the lady that is doing all of the distribution of donated items.
Okay, so it was
talk more
her
about
stuff that
that.
was taken.
Yeah.
Her
No,
center?
no. Go to the woman with the children first. She had met with this woman, and that morning, her children had been taken away.
Okay.
And then that same day, she went over to this food warehouse. I call it a pantry. It's probably not the right word. And DHS had taken over the pantry.
Okay.
So now you have to go through the government forms to get stuff to take out to distribute yourself, and they wouldn't give her anything. So
And she's been getting loads of it and bringing it
when
to,
it was privately run.
Yep.
Yep.
So who took them away?
DHS is what she told me. Department of
Because
Homeland Security, because they were homeless living in a tent. Yep.
Not
And
like
it-
domestic
and they didn't
violence,
take the
nothing
mother.
like that. It was just
They didn't take the mother. Why don't you take the family?
Yeah.
You know, put them in a hotel.
We're trying to we're trying to get campers for people, but all these organizations that are, I mean, it just seems like they're for profit. I mean, they're not nonprofits. They offer. I had multiples of them reach out to me for camper donations because I posted a guy with he's got 2 new litters of puppies. He was a caretaker for his friend. His friend was airlifted out right after the storm. He refused to go, stayed with the dogs. We went to do a wellness check on him like 12 days later and found him in the dogs, and he was like, oh, I'm good. I just need some beanies and weenies.
Yep.
And then he's in dog food and stuff. So we took him, got him supplies, and then we went back to bring him more supplies, and he said that his friend had passed away, his wife, his mom, 2 of his nephews, some of his cousins, and then since his friend passed away that he'd been taken care of for 2 years, his family told him they're selling the property and he had to leave. And he had till the 1st of November to get off the property, even though he took care of that guy for 2 years. And so we were trying to find him a camper. We fixed his truck. His truck wasn't running, and we fixed it, put a new radiator and water hoses in it and all that. And so got his truck running. I was like, if we can just get him a pull-behind camper, he doesn't have to have any property.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, there are places you can park.
at
for a
least that
while.
would help. So I posted a video of this and got people reaching out to me. Hey, we've got campers. I've got a camper. And then I'm like, okay, well, and they're like, oh, well, we need to meet him. We need to go over all this paperwork and his background and where the camper is going to go. And I was like, this guy doesn't have any property. He's homeless. And a lot of these people are renting property. So once the house is gone, if you get them a camper and you put it on that property, can the owner charge them rent? Like,
Who knows?
that's what we're running into.
Don't forget to subscribe to hear more stories that I capture across America, showing the trials and tribulations of humankind.